It's Anyango here. Healthy, wealthy, free, always. I hope that made sense. I hope that you're healthy, wealthy, and free. And loving your life. Always. Yeah? Okay, so today we are doing part 2 of financial information. We said financial information is not necessarily information or knowledge on financial security, financial freedom, and all the levels, as Tony Robbins mentions in his book Money Master the Game. I'll put the link to his audio below. But more about just getting the information on the small baby steps that you can take towards just getting your money right. You know, you can't be at zero. You can't be spending money and not knowing how, and getting to the end of the month and saying, I don't know what happened to all my money. We're beyond that. We have crossed that threshold. We are beyond, you know. We have to style up. And so previously we talked about just getting a handle on how you're spending your money, just knowing where your money goes. You know, never saying that you don't know. It's just gone. Everything is just gone. You know, I was paid and now it's 3 weeks later and for some reason I'm broke. Okay? So we talked about, in the first video, getting an Excel sheet that just breaks it down. You know, you input all your information and it's broken down into groceries, into your subscriptions, into whatever bank payments, you know, fixed payments and all that. So the columns are already there for you. You just need to fill them in, and then it goes per month. All right. So you would have groceries, bank, whatever, rent and everything listed down, you know, health, insurance, car payments, how much you spend on fuel, how much you spend on transport, and then it goes per month: January, February, March, April, May. And then at the bottom of that, every group, first of all, has a total, and then at the bottom of that there's the grand total. And then at the very top, by the way, at the very top is your income, so how much money comes in. And then now it goes down to how you're spending it in the course of the month. Okay? And then at the bottom of it now you can see how much is left. And now for me here is where I can say I don't know because for some reason there's always a discrepancy between, I've been doing this now for maybe 4 months. There's always a discrepancy between how much I seem to actually have on me for cash, or the balance in my bank account, versus what the the Excel sheet is calculating for me. Somehow the Excel sheet always has more money than I have in my pocket. Now there I can say, I don't know. But, you know, you also, now that makes me more careful about the payments I make unconsciously, you know. If I decide to just buy a snack on the way, you know, maybe it doesn't have a receipt, or I'm buying ice cream by the side, or by the roadside or something like that, then I might forget to actually input that because I don't have the receipt. But if I'm keeping in mind that I need to make sure that that Excel sheet balances out, then I'll try to remember that. I'll write it down, you know, like quickly just note it on my phone. I'm gonna pay 200 bob for this, you know, or 2 euros for a different currency. Yeah. So yeah, there could be that. But it's always important to at least have that overview, to know in this month I spent this much on food, and then this money just went away in some weird expense, or I spent this much on shoes, you know. And then you can see how exactly you're spending your money. So the first step is just getting an overview of how you spend your money. The second step, which is the point of this video, is now saving. Okay? Now you actually need to start saving. I have mentioned The Richest Man in Babylon, And for some reason, suddenly I am seeing it being referenced everywhere. Magazine and papers and articles that I read, they're all saying you must read The Richest Man in Babylon. So I am telling you, read The Richest Man in Babylon. I'll see if I'll put the link below so you can see it. As I mentioned, I listened to the audio, loved it. I bought the book. That is a textbook for life. You could literally just carry it around with you, open it to a certain page, and link it, references, put a table of contents if you must. It is just that perfect. It's a page turner. It's an interesting and completely simplistic view on money, on how money works. Maybe I can find a video that actually summarizes it so that you realize what I am saying, and then you can come and get the Audible, yeah, or buy the book off of. I got it off of Amazon. I'm sure there are other ways that you can get it. Right, that would be number 2. And the main rule here is that you should always save at least 10% of your money. And the saving of this 10% is before you make any other payment. As soon as you get your money in, I've actually automated it. As soon as I get my salary in, 10% goes out before I pay anything else. And then I start thinking about rent and utilities and blah, 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 and food. But the first thing is that my savings goes out. So I don't even have to say that I didn't have enough money for my savings. What this book says, The Richest Man in Babylon, is that is the first thing that you should do before anything else. That is your first payment. You pay yourself. I mean, the money is coming in because it's something that you have done. Therefore, pay yourself a salary before you go and pay everybody else. Because when you go start spending it, then you're paying other people. You're paying your money for your work to other people. And then you're left with nothing. So where is the evidence that you have worked? Where is the appreciation of your value addition? Ask yourself that. So you make sure that you save your money as soon as it comes in. And even if you have multiple streams of income, all right, if you're doing work on commission, maybe you're an artist. It just came to mind. Maybe you're an artist, and so you get paid per work, per item. Then out of that payment that you're given, that payment, 10% goes out before you start spending it on anything else. Even if it's 100 bob, 100 euros, 10% out, and then you can start spending the 90. Yeah, and you start off small like that. Start off small, put it aside where you cannot touch it. We have savings accounts. Of course, the interest is like almost nil, but that's a topic for a different day. Okay, but first and foremost, you save it. Put it away into a savings account that is difficult to access, preferably that you cannot access. Normally, savings accounts are difficult to access. You can't just make transactions. That's the idea of saving, as opposed to a current account where you just make transactions back and forth and you have mobile banking and all this stuff. Okay, so that's the action for today. Make sure that you're saving. First, you already have an overview of your finances. Secondly, you're saving 10%. As soon as money comes in, 10% goes out, and then we can go and buy ourselves new shoes. Okay, that's my gem for today. Ciao.